Hello everyone, Sergey from Accounting Obsession here, and today we are going to obsess over accounting equation. This is a supplemental video for my course, the accounting game, and as a quick reminder for this week homework, I recommend you going to the MIT OpenCourseWare website, Financial Accounting course, lecture 2, and in lecture 2 you can go to page 42, and here you find 10, 11 accounting problems which you need to document and create a double entry in your homework file, which is located in that folder over here. You just create a copy of file which says copy me, and you make a copy of it and put in your team number and your alias which you use for the course, and that's it. And in that file we are going to practice some accounting equation. For that reason I created such template. You can find it in my file, in the main file which says copy me, and you can copy it to your working file. And in that file I'm going to allocate the entries we did on transaction tab to that accounting equation spreadsheet. For example, let's start here. Let's copy the problem. Sorry, let's try again. What's going on? Okay, let's do it that way. Okay, we copied the problem. Let's do a bit of formatting, and then we will allocate the amounts. We already know the accounts and the classes, assets, liabilities, equity, and we just need to allocate the amounts. So the first entry, $100,000 invested, $100,000. Let's check what we have here. We have equity impact of 100,000 credit. So we go to accounting equation tab and put it into the equity column here. And as a check that the equation holds true, we use a sum function here, and we just sum all these cells, starting from cash, ending with retained earnings. And it's 0, that means we did everything correctly. And let's move to the second one, acquisition of the building. So what impacts do we have here? Impact on building, 200,000. Impact on cash, minus 50k, and impact on mortgage, 150k. Let's go here. We have buildings here. We match it with that amount. We have impact on cash. Let's see where the cash is, minus 50k credit, and we have mortgage. I will do, okay, let me just put it in here, 150,000. And the third entry, what is that? Merchandise is required for $20,000. So merchandise will be inventory, and we acquired it with cash. Credit cash. You can test your understanding of the double entry by looking at the amount and reasoning whether it should be debit or credit. For example, we have cash here, and obviously it increases. So since cash is an asset and assets increase by debits and cash increases, that means that entry of cash should be a debit entry. As a reminder, I have a supporting document here, debit/credit, and it will show you, for example, cash is an asset, increases by debit, decreases by credit, and we have a summary of main assets accounts here, liabilities accounts, and equity accounts, so we can estimate the impact what we have. If you note, I added a column here, part of which says Module0, and then I added homework 0. That is a small advice, small tip about how to do your homework. I went through the tasks in the homework and I added balance sheet accounts which were not already included here. So I saw in the homework there was an operation with raw materials, so I added a raw material account here, and also there was an operation with office equipment, so I added it as well. And as you can see, it is an asset account, so we can say that they should increase by debits and decrease by credits. That's pretty much it. Let's do a couple more transactions. Number 4. Number 4. Okay, I missed number 4 here at all. So I start first from number 5. And let's see what I have here. So we debited mortgage and we also did such impact and we also did such impact. I will fix a bit my transaction list. So if you see, I have the just mortgage account here, and I will call it just non-current mortgage for the sake of simplicity, so that you won't search for mortgage account here. So mortgage is allocated. That was number 5. And let's go equipment acquired. So we need, sorry, let's see, equipment acquired, and we add equipment transaction list, equipment 10,000, and we paid for it with cash. Transaction list, cash. Next one, tracking company. If you remember, that transaction was a bit tricky, so we paid with cash, and that should be 2,000 cash credit, and we capitalize that because accounting standards on property, plant and equipment says that we need to capitalize cost, including acquisition cost, cost of transporting the asset to the operation site, and cost of capitalization of the asset, of the expenses related to bringing the asset into operating condition. Okay, where is that? It's here, and several more. 2,000 credit memo, so we decreased the value of inventory, and we recognized accounts receivable other. we prepaid the mortgage. Okay, let me make the list. Sold inventory, generated sale of services, and used merchandise in provision of the services. Okay, prepaid cash. Let's start with the cash. I always like to start with the cash. Transaction list, cash, and we decreased non-current mortgage. Okay, done. Worth 4,000 worth of inventory for 6k cash. We took cash, so we took cash. Yeah, and oops, what's going on? We took cash and we sold inventory. Credit inventory, and we generated some revenue. For the sake of simplicity, I book revenue directly in equity in retained earnings. So we generated some revenue, and we also incurred some cost of sales from inventory sold. Let's see if everything balances so far. Yeah, everything balances. Great. Next one, $5,000 revenue from sale of services. Cash. Revenue goes directly into equity in our, for the sake of simplicity, we avoid making profit and loss statement, separate profit and loss statement here and month and close here. So we just book revenues and expenses directly to equity. 1,000 of merchandise used in provision of services, as that will be credit to inventory, and debit goes directly into retained earnings. So that's basically it. Thank you for your attention. A bit later I will book all the values into the course description and links, and have a great time this week making your homework. Bye bye.